I'm Kellin.
I'm Nick.
You're watching Leeds Student Television. Let's go! Oh, we're from Sleeping with Sirens, by the way.
Hi, I'm George. I'm with Leeds Student Television, and today I'm with
Me, Kellin.
And me, Nick.
of Sleeping with Sirens. So, how's the European and UK tour been going so far, guys?
I'm having a blast. Just me. No, I'm just kidding. We're all having so much fun. It feels good to finally be back over here. It's clearly with the pandemic and whatnot, things kept on getting pushed back until we finally were able to get back over here. And it's just a great feeling. It feels very familiar.
Yeah.
Shows are great. I'm tired. My leg hurts. My throat is sore. But it's all worth it.
No, I can imagine. Well, it's great to have you guys on. I know we've had you guys here before, I believe. We had the wonderful Amy, who was with LSTV a few years ago, did an interview. So for my first question, I wanted to know, what's great about this venue and University of Leeds is when you live like 10 minutes away. It's like, oh, fucking Sleeping with Sirens are playing and they're just, downstairs and you can go see them. We've got such a great legacy. We've had, Led Zeppelin here in the past, Black Sabbath, Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, setting the standards. I just want to know how important good venues are to you. Do you have any memories from Warped Tour? I believe you mentioned on your blog, was it Melkweg in Amsterdam? Also heard you guys did, the School of Rock, New Jersey, I believe.
We did. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Some like Nardwuar shit right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, pulling out the Nardwuar questions.
Yeah.
How important is a good venue to you guys?
I mean, it's not really the building, it's the congregation. It's all about like the energy from the people in the room. We could play Jerry's Pizza and have fun, or we could play Roundhouse and have fun, Just depends on who's there. We played like rooms where there's like 50 kids in there, but those 50 kids are going harder than a full room. So we just make it fun no matter what we get presented with, and we just roll with it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any cities in particular which stand out to you guys? The correct answer is Leeds, by the way.
Honestly, we really do love Leeds. It's always a blast here. I think it's easy to go with London, but there is something very, very special every time we're there. I don't know if it's ever something that we can like pinpoint, but I think just as a whole, anytime we're in the UK, we've never had just like a bummer show or a bummer crowd or a bummer venue. I think that there's so much energy here, and it's always a blast. Like none of us are ever like, oh, we're going to the UK.
Yeah.
We're always just absolutely ecstatic to always get back over here.
Oh yeah, that's great to hear, particularly in Leeds, when you have everyone in the crowd just going, Yorkshire, Yorkshire, like every gig you go to, without fail, there's someone chanting, Yorkshire. It's always good fun. So,
Why?
Yeah. Oh gosh, you don't want to ask that live. I've seen someone booed off this stage for saying they preferred London to Leeds. Like they could not finish their set. It's Yorkshire. Yeah. They've got
Sounds like a terrible idea. Take notes. Don't ever say that you'd rather be
No,
somewhere else. When you're
really
there.
don't do that here. No, just sense of pride. They love where they come from and they're proud of it.
Fuck yeah, as you should.
So, when looking at the post-hardcore, pop punk, emo scene over the years, there's a few trends which I've seen come and go over time. The old emo swoops and how hairstyles have changed, fashions have changed, the checkered bands, the red tartans. Is there anything that stands out to you guys that maybe has left the genre and you miss? Or anything that you're thinking, frankly, I'm glad that's gone?
Well, you just described like my whole wardrobe and gigs. So, I don't know what you meant by the swooped hair, the checkered Vans. Like it sounded almost like a negative thing.
No, it's a staple, man. It's iconic.
I wish they would bring back those really loud Monster shirts. Remember those from the early emo days? There's just pastel monsters on everything.
Yes. And like gold foil shirts.
Yeah, gold foil print.
Yeah.
But see, all of those things that we talk about that we either miss or wish wouldn't come back, everything comes full circle. Because now that kind of, I don't even know how many years ago it was now, but the hard swoops and
Flat ironing your
like
hair.
Like the MySpace era
Yeah.
of emo is now like coming back. I've been
A
seeing
little
it more
bit,
on
yeah.
this tour that there's these kids are coming that I'm like, I look at them, it's like a blast from the past. Like there's always this full circle moment, but I think that's kind of the fun thing about emo culture and emo music as a whole is it's really cool to see everything is full circle. There's nothing I don't think anything permanently leaves. I think it all makes its way back.
Do we think we're going to be seeing a return of crabcore? I think the fans would love to see that tonight on stage. The crab, going down low to the floor.
Should we?
No. And also Toms can stay away because those stunk after you wore them 2 times. Or if you got them wet, yeah. Yeah, well, whoever decided let's put leather insoles inside fabric shoes, not smart.
So, Kellin, I want to first direct some congratulations to you for your collaboration on the book last year, First Rock Band on Mars.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to ask you personally, for me, there's been many great childhood influences that have stuck with me. Roald Dahl and the Twits just had, such a great impression on me. How important do you feel that children's entertainment, children's literature and music is in developing? And is there anything that stuck out from your childhood?
My daughter's really into like anime and stuff. She likes Demon Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
That's what or is it Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer.
Slay? I'm not sure.
It's Slayer.
It's Slayer.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Demon Hunter is a band name. Demon Slayer. And she just loves to read those books. She devours them, and I think that's cool. And I think that there's so much different access for kids today because of like social media and stuff to be able to find things other than like Blue's Clues or the Wiggles or things like that. It's like more of like a mature, I don't know, maybe it's just because she's getting older, but she's kind of punk rock, which is sick. She's really into like Tears for Fears right now, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she likes Blondie and that kind of stuff, so it makes me happy that she's like a little, I don't know, wild child. And then for me, what was my influence when I was younger? I don't know, I just liked, when I was a kid, it was like Power Rangers was cool.
Oh, yeah,
you
Mighty
know?
Morphin. the
Yeah,
OG.
I would sing songs and get free Power Ranger toys.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. I really liked Star Wars when I was a kid. Had all the Star Wars action figures. And then I got into comic books and I was like reading Spawn comic books and I loved getting like...
underrated, man.
Yeah.
Those were good.
So, I don't know, man. I think like you're influenced by your friends and stuff when you're a kid, but my daughter seems to be like her own fresh spirit, which is cool.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. And Nick, I've got a question for you.
Yep.
When reading your blog the other day,
Yes.
I noticed in your first post, you made quite an interesting point.
What's that?
And you may see where I'm going with this.
Okay, remember it now. Yeah, tell me.
Your 6th grade girlfriend.
Oh, you want to hear a good story?
Oh, yeah.
So, what? Okay, here we go. So 6th grade. I had a crush on this girl, and I was like, she's gonna be my girlfriend. I'm gonna make this happen. I'd never had a girlfriend before. Made it happen. I became like the coolest kid in my class. Like, damn, Nick he's the shit, right? So we're going out for a couple weeks, and then we go. I don't know if they have this over here or something similar, but we had 6th grade camp. Okay. So your whole class, you leave for a week, and I'm from California, so we go out into the mountains.
All right.
And you stay in a cabin, counselors, all that fun stuff, right? On the second to last day, we went on a big nature hike, and we were told that we could eat these berries along the way, but they had to be a certain color, or other ones could be really bad for you. So all of it, we're starving, we're kids, we're like, this is so cool, we're just eating off the land. That night, a bunch of kids got super sick and were just like shitting themselves, throwing up everywhere. It was a disaster. It was like something out of a movie. God. Except for me and a few people, I was like, I'm good. Like, I didn't get sick.
Yeah. You've made it out. I'm
terrified.
fine.
Yeah. So this is a really long story. So following day is when we head back home. We get on the bus. My girlfriend is sitting next to me, and it was like a big deal to like, oh, they're sitting together on the bus. It's a big deal. And I fall asleep on the bus ride there, or the bus ride back home. I wake up, and immediately I'm like, I don't feel good.
Oh no, on the bus.
On the bus.
Oh,
This is for
God.
My whole classes.
Oh no.
Suddenly, I realize I'm going to throw up. And so I throw up, catch it in my mouth, and in my brain as a kid, I'm like, I can hold this in until I get to, even though it's like an hour away. I can
For an hour.
hold this in. I start spewing everywhere. I throw up all over my girlfriend.
Oh my God, man.
It was horrifying. She ditches me. I'm just like sitting in a pool of my own vomit the whole entire bus ride back home. And then the following Monday, get back to school, and she breaks up with me because I threw up all over my first girlfriend ever. So traumatic. I thought for sure I was doomed to be single for the rest of my life because I threw up on my first girlfriend.
God, I can imagine that, just lying in bed and then you're just like, like waking
Trauma.
up.
Great story though was that many years later when I started being in a band, doing band things, she like tried to reach out in my early 20s and was like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
like it's so cool what you're doing, blah blah. And I was like, fuck you.
Justice, it's come
Yeah,
full
it
circle.
felt really
Right,
good.
I'm conscious of your time, guys. I've got one more question for you. When looking at the genre, whether it be now, in the past, are there any bands that stand out to you which have really flown under the radar, don't get the credit they deserve, and maybe leading the way for, you know, emo, post-punk, metal, whatever you want to say, music in the future?
That are like still around, or bands from the past that aren't bands
Either
anymore?
or, anyone who's been missed or is looking promising.
A band that I think really influenced me is At the Drive-In, and I don't think like, I mean, I know that they have some cred, but definitely not as much as I think is deserved, because I think that they like really did some groundbreaking shit. And Refused is another band that does that for me. And yeah, those are the two that pop up.
The first one that pops up in my head is Closure in Moscow.
Okay.
They were one of those bands that I feel like was just a band's band, but when I hear that first record of theirs, I'm just like, why wasn't this band like the biggest band in our scene at the time, you know? Yeah, I think it's the only band I can really... At the Drive-In's a really good one, yeah. Like, I mean, they're pioneers for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I'll be sure to give him a lesson. Lesson.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been lovely talking to you
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks for listening to my story about me throwing up on my first girlfriend ever.
Don't do that, kids. Yeah. Don't eat berries and frolic and puke on your girlfriend.
Next time we have this interview, I'll tell you what happened that weekend when I got sick because I saw my cousin and almost shit on him on